We got a new mythic hero, Pistol Nation. Should we hit the buy button and take the challenge? What is up, Pistol Nation, my friends? So we got a bunch of new events going on after the Battle Royale ended. We got hit with crazy new events. We got the Grimfang event going on right now, this main one. And then they just dropped, at 1 p.m. Eastern, they dropped this new mythic hero, Stellan the Immortal Vagabond. He's a vampire. He is insane, as always. The mythic characters are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he's an attacker, energy, red, but his abilities are sick. So he is all about inflicting the bleed status effect. So if you can build a group around the bleed effect, then you're set. So just to touch base on his biggest thing that makes him scary, his ultimate is insane. Attacks all enemies 6 times. Targets with at least 1 stack of bleed are inflicted by decrease all stats for 1 turn. Deals 30% bonus damage per enemy inflicted by bleed. It's insane. He has a life tap ability right here. I mean, it's crazy. He has all allies gain 15% increased physical energy for each stack of bleed on enemy targets. All allies gain 28% increased speed. The passive abilities are ridiculous. He has a 25% chance to steal 1 mana whenever he hits a bleeding target, which again is crazy. You have the potential to steal your opponent's entire mana pool, which is insane. I mean, this guy he's nuts. As always, we expect the mythic characters to be crazy. The biggest thing I wanted to discuss was like, okay, we keep getting a lot of these mythic heroes recently. We got 3 mythic heroes so far, and lately we've been getting them a lot lately. How do we get them though, right? Like, the only way we seem to really be able to get them is through packs, and gambling packs at that. So it's like, okay, we have to drop $100 to gamble, and we have a 0.01% chance, and then in the other one you have a 1% chance, which is probably your best bet. But for those that don't really want to spend money like that and gamble, or don't want to take the chance, or maybe you just don't have the money and you can't do that, how else are we supposed to get these mythic heroes? Well, the only other way that I really see, and this is probably the best way, is in the bounty boards and just going into the mythic bounties. Like, this is the best way, I would say, a guaranteed way of getting a mythic hero. And again, that's really hard though, because if you are not already a top tier player, you don't really have a chance. Like, if we go over here, okay, and we look at the qualifications just to run this, you have to have 2 characters in a certain faction, right? You need Heralds or Templars, 2 of them, and they have to be a minimum of Infusion 10. So if they're not Infusion 10, you can't even run this. You cannot even run this first area. And of course, the first area only gives you 1 drop, but then when you do like the first completion, you will get like 10 plus the 1, so you get 11. And then if we go on to the next one right here, we'll get 10, 20, we'll get 21. Then if we go to the next one, we'll get 15, 31. Like, this is the best way for us to get a character. I mean, it scales up pretty high though, like 24 million power, 40 million power. That's pretty insane. My team right now is at what, 11 million, but I mean, it depends on how many characters you have. Like, some of these you're going to need like a full team, a full squad of 6, but at least these are like guaranteed shards. Now, the biggest downfall is you need 500 shards to recruit one of these mythic heroes instead of 100 for like a legendary. A legendary only costs like 100, but these mythics are 500. So it's 5 times, I want to say it's 5 times harder to get a mythic hero than a legendary hero. And that's what sucks, is like, if you only are able to do this and you only have 1, you only get 1 token a day. These regenerate, I believe like you get 1 a day. You know, so what's the worst case scenario? You're gonna have to wait 400 days before, you know, 400 or 500 days before you have enough of these. If you just went by this, I mean, that's gonna take you like a year before you get one of these characters. So I just, like, I don't know, like, how are we really supposed to get these mythic heroes without spending money and gambling, right? I don't know. It's these mythic bounties, they seem, I don't know, like they're wasteful. They're not useful at all. Like, they're pointless. I just don't know, unless they give us a way to get more of these bounty tokens, like a lot of them. You're going to need hundreds of them. Then there's no way to really grind this out for the shards. So that's the only thing. I think in the future they will give us ways to get more of these bounty tokens for the different characters. But it's crazy that it's damn near impossible to get these characters unless you spend money and get lucky. Because I honestly, like, I just don't see anybody getting a mythic hero from this. Like, unless it's literally going to take you months and months but to get enough shards to do it. And I feel like by the time you have enough shards to unlock one of these mythic characters, there'll be like a pack that has the character guaranteed unlocked for, you know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy. But other than that, we have his event going on. He's an absolute insane monster. There's some good stuff. Make sure you guys and girls do the showcases, because these are free crystals right here, free summoning crystals. Yeah, pretty much that's it. And then if we go and check out, we have this Pirate's Life. This is the same as all the other ones, where we're just collecting a certain amount of things. These are called ransom notes for this little pirate. The Grimfang thing, the legendary event going on. You have to, they have a bunch of different characters that I unlock. They're pretty easy to unlock too. They actually have some rares. So I'm actually excited, and I want to make some more videos going more in depth into like the rare characters and the uncommon characters, because I know a lot of people, like, it's all about like the legendaries and the epics and the mythics, and I feel like the uncommons and the rares, even though they're kind of crappy, they're very good for like very new beginners, people who are very new to the game and maybe they don't have the luxury of getting really good pulls. So I want to make some more videos where we're gonna like look deeper at like the best rares or the best uncommon characters. But they did give us a few new rares right here. We got, it's so funny, they gave us like 5 or 6 characters, and it's supposed to be like, I want to call it the wolf pack team, where, you know, Grimfang is the leader and legendary. They gave us 2 epics, and then they gave us 4 of these rare ones. So we have this Lupine pack hunter. We got a green one, we got a blue one, we got a red one. Is that it? Yeah, that's the 3 colors. I think those are the 3 colors for rares. And then was it epics were 2 colors, right? Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then we got 2 epics. We got Shadowfang, which is dark. We got Moonclaw, which is a light one, and then of course we have Grimfang, who is a battle royale winner. If you got to 20,000 points, you get him. So it's pretty cool to see that there's like a whole faction group we can like put together, right? So let me go and show you, like, this is a pretty cool team you can put together. If we go and we just check this out, right? So this is what your lineup would look like if you had all the little like wolf guys unlocked. You got your 2 epics and your 3. They're all attackers, which is pretty crazy. It's like a whole team of attackers. But the really cool thing is they all synergize well with them, and that's why I'm very interested to see the synergy and how good they are all together. We still need Grimfang, which eventually we'll get him. They have some tokens that you can eventually build up to in the store right now. If you go to your PvP store, and after the Battle Royale, we got all these Battle Royale tokens. So there's tons of stuff in here, and every day you can get one of these. Let me scroll all the way down because I already got my token for the day. They have these tokens that you can get every day for the character right here, a shard. every day. It only costs 100, so I mean, eventually you can have 100 of these, unlock him. You get some ability manuals for him. But I just really am interested to see like how they perform all together. I mean, like, I'm talking top tier. Like, I want to see somebody have the whole group at like 70, level 70, level 71. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to level up the wolves, all these guys, and I just want to see how they perform. Now, another thing you can do is, if you do have these already unlocked, which these were pretty easy to get through the events. Like, if you go through the events, some of them were very easy. It was just like, if I scroll all the way down, it was like complete the showcase, completing the showcases, and then it was like own a red one at level 40, own a green one at level 40, and just all these different things, and you would unlock all this extra stuff. So it was pretty easy to unlock them. It wasn't that bad. But if this is the only 4 that you have, or 5, yeah, the 5 that you have, and you don't have Grimfang like me, there's some other characters that work well with them that also synergize well with the bleed effect, because that's what we're looking for. So they all specialize in bleed. So if we go over here, these are the characters so far that I've seen that synergize well with the bleed effect. We have Mika as a legendary, so he would be really good to put in. So imagine 5 wolves with a legendary Mika. Pretty scary. They all do bleed. They also have Zora that has a bleed effect. Hannah has a bleed effect. And surprisingly, one of the blue rares, this guy, he also has a bleed effect. So even if you don't have these, you can still synergize him in the group. So that's a pretty cool little group. Like, you know, all bleed, status effects. And I'm telling you, it's pretty good. Like, you can catch your opponent off surprise. Like, if somebody's like not paying attention and they just, you know, go into PvP battles, like, it's a good defensive lineup, because they might see all these wolves and stuff and they'll be like, oh, they're not worth anything, I could take them down easy. And then, you know, they surprise you, because look, they all stealth. They're all like the same pretty much. They're just different attributes pretty much. If you look at this, like, one's dark, one's light, but this doesn't change. Like, none of their abilities, all their abilities stay the same, but like reduce the ultimate ability cooldown of all Lupine allies. It's literally like having the same character 6 times, but they all synergize well because they all have different attributes. And they all like feed off each other, you know, physical defense for each Lupine ally. If you're going to have 5 or 6 of them, that's going to add up. And these are only at level 1, you know. At max level, it's going to be a huge difference. So that's really cool. I really want to test this out, and I want to level these up a little bit more, see how all these like Lupine wolf guys do. So it's pretty interesting. So other than that, we're just kind of chilling. We're trying to get as many infusion tokens as possible. Infusion is like the hardest thing. So many things are locked behind infusion level. Like, a lot of these things, like the super dailies, you have to have a character at infusion level 12, and like the daily mythic, you have to have infusion 12. So that's like my biggest thing right now. So I'm just grinding this one. This is all I've been doing, is using my nightmare energy to get the infusion tokens. And again, I'm trying to go further, but again, I'm locked at, I'm stuck at 11, because again, I need 3 people at infusion 12. So I'm trying to get Sarge to 12, so that way, you know, in the long run, I can get a little bit deeper and farm and get more tokens. But it's a grind and over again. But, you know, we'll get there eventually. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Pistol whip that like button if you did. Hit that subscribe button for more mobile gaming content. And leave a comment down below if you want to see me try and pull this new mythic hero. I honestly don't want to. I was like, oh man, a new mythic hero. I'm sure everybody would love to see me drop a couple hundred and try and pull this character, right? Or we could do this one, 250 crystals for Trinity, Magnus, Cygnus, Sarge we already have, but Grace. This looks like a pretty good pack to a nice little fun opening, but I don't know. I think the 250 is not enough. I wouldn't do this for 100. 250 is not enough crystals, especially with my luck. I would need a pack that gives me like a couple thousand crystals, because, you know, We never pull any of these characters, but I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Look at my posters, say now, I've been humble too long.